Hey, I'm Courtney Waterman, your tutor. Lover of anime, manga, and math. And you just tuned into another session of Tutor Me Sempai. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're jumping into a 6th grade topic, rate conversion. Now, if you're new to my channel, I'll be putting time codes in for this video in the description box below. So use that to skip ahead to whatever part of the video you think is most interesting. As always, if you have any questions about what you see here today or even on homework, feel free to visit me on my Facebook page at Tutor Me Sempai and tell me all about it there. Today's video is going to have just one example. So leave a like, smash the subscribe button, and let's get started. If you're watching this video at this point in time, you should already know what a rate is. You should already know how to compare your rates, and you should already know how to convert your individual units. If you have any questions about any of those 3 topics, I have videos on all 3 of them that I will put in the description box below. Check those out and come back to this one when you have a better understanding, because if you don't know how to do those things, then this video is probably not going to make much sense. But if you feel that you have a good understanding of all 3 of those topics, then you should be able to handle, let's say, a question like this, in which I give you these 3 houses. At the top of each house, you see how much they're worth. If I ask you which house was the most expensive, you might look at the one with the highest price tag. However, if you understand truly how to compare how expensive an item is, you know that you have to look at more than just the cost. You have to look at in this case, the square footage of the house to know truly how expensive your house is. It's not about the value as a whole, but at its basic square footage, how much are you paying for your house? Hence, all 3 of these have lower numbers at the bottom of the picture. So you know, or should know at this point in time, how to use the values of these houses plus their square feet in order to compare which one is truly the most expensive versus which one is the best deal. And by doing so, you find out that this house is the winner at roughly $110 per square foot. That is going to be the best deal that you're getting out of all 3 of these houses. Now, if you don't know how I got to that mark, that is where you should probably check out my videos in the description that tell you how to break down and compare your rates. But if you do have that, if you understood how I got those numbers, then let's move on to our actual example for today. So let's say after you found this wonderful deal on the house, you're really excited about this purchase and you want to brag about it. You want to tell all your friends and all your family about this awesome deal that fell in your lap. However, there's one thing that is standing in the way. You found this deal here in America, and you're not originally from America. Let's say you're from overseas in Germany, and most of your friends and family are over there. Now, you can always just give them the numbers and they can do the conversion rates themselves, but that kind of dulls the excitement of your story, right? If they had to go and do some math just to be excited with you, that kind of just defeats the moment. So you want to convert the units here in America to the units that they would normally see over in Germany so that they can truly grasp just how great a deal this was. That is what we're going to do today, and we're going to use our great deal house in order to do so. So if you've seen my video on converting your units, you know the very first thing we want to do is get our basic unit conversions that we're going to be needing for this problem. And to do that, you're going to need a basic unit conversion sheet. If you do not have one of those, I'll link the one I found online in the description box below, and you can reference that to find at least one of the things that we're going to need today. And that's going to be how many feet are going to be in a single meter. By checking your sheet, you see that 1 meter is going to be roughly 3.281 feet. However, what you won't see on this conversion sheet, and probably not on any of your conversion sheets, is going to be your currency conversions. And that's because currencies around the world fluctuate constantly. So writing it down on a sheet makes it pretty obsolete moments later. However, at the time of this recording, we know that 1 euro is worth roughly 1.08 USD. So that's US dollars. So now we have are two basic unit conversions that we think are going to be necessary for this problem. The next thing we might want to do is set up the actual problem. However, I would tell you pump the brakes a little bit, because there's actually something crucial that we're missing. Remember, our house rate is a certain value in dollars over square feet. We only found how many feet are in a single meter. We don't have anything about square foot or a square meter. We need to do a little bit more work to find out just how many square feet are going to be in a square meter. This is not helping us. And if you would have stopped here and you would have used this conversion rate without realizing you have to square some things, you can get a very wrong answer. So before we set up our problem, let's try to find the actual basic unit conversion that is going to be needed for this problem. And that is 1 square meter is going to be how many square feet? And that's going to be 10.76 roughly. We're estimating here. So the numbers that you see here are not going to be super exact, but you'll get the ballpark. And your friends and family are not going to necessarily care about the exact numbers, just the ballpark anyway. So 1 meter squared, or square meter, is going to be roughly 10.76 square feet, or feet squared. Now, I should be true and say this is approximately because it's not exact. And this is going to be approximately because it's not quite exact. But these are going to be our basic unit conversions. So now let's set up our problem. I recommend when you're setting this up to put your original rate right smack dab in the middle. And that original rate that I'm referring to is going to be either that rate you get when you take the home value and put it over the total square footage, or the reduced form in which you take that and turn it into its unit rate version. Now, if you've already converted your rate into a unit rate, for this example, you would have gotten roughly $110 per square foot. That is perfectly fine to use, and it might make the math a little easier. However, as absolutely unnecessary to do all that work because it's going to naturally fall in place anyway. So for this example, we're going to go with the most basic of the rates. We're not going to try to simplify into the unit rate form. We're going to just go with the home value over the total square footage to show you what I mean. So our deal house was $379,000, right? USD, I'm gonna put USD there, US dollars, over 3,460 square feet. So that's right there in the middle. Let's say I want to get rid of that USD first. So I'm going to put it over here. Times, have my bar here, times, and it's going to be a USD in the bottom, right? Because our USD is in the top. So we're going to have USD in the bottom. They have to be diagonal if you're going to get rid of them. And this is going to be a 1.08, and this is going to be a 1 euro. So this is going to take care of our USD, but are we done? No, because we want to do more than get rid of our USD and convert it into a euro. We want to also get rid of our square foot and convert it into a square meter. So I recommend putting it on this side. And we're trying to get rid of square feet here, so we have to put square feet up here this time. We don't typically put our units in the top, we're typically putting in the bottom, but remember, where you place your unit is solely dependent on what unit you're trying to get rid of. In this case, the one we're trying to get rid of is in the bottom already, so we can't put it in the bottom over here. We have to have them diagonal, so it has to go up top. And if that's up top, that means this square meter is going to be in the bottom, or the meter squared is going to be in the bottom here. Now this is going to be 1 square meter, and this is going to be 10.76 square feet. Now that we have everything, we see that that's going to cancel that, that's going to cancel that. So our final result, what unit we have up top? We're going to have a euro, right? What unit are we going to have in the bottom? We're going to have a square meter. So it's looking like we're going to be in the right direction. We just got to figure out what is our actual number here. Now you can easily throw all of this into your calculator, and if you did, you would get roughly 1,092 euro per square meter. So I hope you're able to follow on to this example, and I hope you see that converting your rates to other rates doesn't have to be terribly difficult. As long as you understand your basics, you can move on to converting one rate into another rate step by step. But if you did have any question about what you saw today, or even your own homework, remember, you can visit me on my Facebook page at Tutor Me Sempai and tell me all about it there. If you haven't done so already, remember, leave a like. It really helps the channel by letting YouTube know that you found this video helpful. And if you found it helpful, so can someone else. So leave a like, smash the subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video with a friend. Well, that's all the time I have for today. I'm really hoping this helped with your homework, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again next week. I'm Courtney, and this is another session of Tutor Me Sempai.